and welcome to Just for Today. Uh, I deserve my love too. Yes, you do. Yes, I do. Yes, Christy does. So, welcome this morning. This is Christy and Lisa Kaye with Promise
Morning.
Resource Network. Um, we are thrilled to be here. I don't know what it's like for you, Christy and Charlotte. I'm in South Carolina. It's pretty still dreary here, but warm. Um,
Same. It's dreary but warm.
Yeah, a lot of fog going on here this morning. Yeah, speaking of fog, Monday morning's fog in our
Yeah.
brains too. Well, good morning. Let us know you're out there. I deserve my love too. Yeah, we talk a lot about giving our love to others, being kind when we don't feel like being kind, being a person who can not only receive love but give love. In our recovery, we know that that's something we have to work on. When we were unwell, and all in our ego, all in our self wanting, it was hard to be kind to others. It was hard to be loving unless we were going to get something in return, right? We remember those days when we were manipulative. We only sought out what would benefit us. If the benefits were straight up in my face, then I struggled with that, being kind, being loving, right? So we're going to talk about this morning in our recovery walk. Just for today means, and I'm paraphrasing, can we see something, hear something from Christy and I, or on the chats that we could maybe not for a lifetime, but consider in our walk just for today? And that's I deserve my love too. We're going to talk about that this morning. I see Chris is on this morning. Love you too, Chris. Badass is in the house. Glad to see you are there and hope you are doing well. But we're going to chop this up this morning. I deserve my love too. Before we kind of dive into the material that Christy and I researched, discovered, and worked on together, Christy, do you have any opening remarks this morning?
I'm glad that it's just for today. And I'm really excited to actually dive in with everyone that's online. Please let us know that you're here and any experiences that you have with the material that we're getting ready to share and knowledge, so that we can help each other with our lived experiences. It's so important, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thanks, guys, for being here this morning with all of us on this wonderful, dreary, happy morning, right? Because even if
Yeah,
it's dreary, it can be happy. So it's a happy, happy, happy morning.
yes. Yeah, even if it's just for today. I love that, Christy, because you said, I'm glad it's just for today, you know? So this morning, Christy and I were kind of chopping up some stuff before we went live. And she's absolutely right. Some things that we walk in, we are just glad that it's just for today that we're dealing with it. And we don't have to even think about it tomorrow or even worry about yesterday, that we can just think about it for today and what can we do about it today? Is there anything or not? What is our influence? What is our serenity in this, right? So, but in the midst of all that, I said to Christy, Christy, you deserve your love too. You deserve your love too. Um, Sometimes we can get what walk sideways a little bit in our recovery when we um, kind of discover that there's more to life than just what's going on inside of us. That we can care too much and we can step all over ourselves. We can allow people to wipe their feet on us. We can allow a lot of things, and we're going to talk about that this morning in our reading. It is hitting head on about unacceptable behavior from others. And guess what? The main person that in this material that it talks about as the unacceptable behavior is from ourselves to ourselves. So that's what we're going to challenge everybody to think about this morning. How are you being unkind to you? How are you being unacceptable towards yourself? Not just others, but to you this morning, just for today. I see Miss Stephanie's on saying good morning and happy Monday. Aaron Perna's saying happy morning to us, and Mr. Todd. Good morning
Morning.
to you too, Todd. Glad to see you are on. So I'm going to dive into this material, and let's see what you guys think about it this morning. So it says this morning, one of the first things that I learned when I began in my own recovery was that we didn't have to accept unacceptable behavior, period. This idea helped me to see that I need not tolerate violence or abuse, and that I had choices I hadn't even recognized before. I set some limits, not to control others, but to offer myself guidelines so that I would know what was and what was not acceptable and what to do about it. A few years later, I was congratulating myself on how I no longer had such problems when I suddenly realized that there was still one person from whom I regularly accepted unacceptable behavior: me. Yeah. I was continually berating myself and blaming myself when things went wrong. I never gave myself credit for my efforts. I told myself I was homely, thoughtless, lazy, stupid. I would never say those things to a friend. I realized that until I started treating myself like a valued friend, I would be standing in the way of my own recovery. Just for today, I have been affected by a disease of attitudes. When I treat myself with love and approval, I know that I am recovering. Let one therefore keep the mind pure, for what a man thinks that he becomes. Just for
Mhm.
today. Wow. I see Joshua is on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joshua. I'm glad you see you on this morning. Yeah. So, what do you think about this unacceptable behavior? You know, I know in my own lived experience, part of my journey has been on the family side of addiction. And so, early on in my recovery, I had to learn about this unacceptable behavior from my loved ones. Um, and how to make better choices around that, how to recognize what was going on, how to get in my own serenity, and what to do about all that, how to do it, right? But then realizing that even today, I still berate myself. I still call myself names. If the one thing goes wrong, I immediately blame myself
Mhm.
first, without any evidence at all. And I love what it said about we would not treat our friends this way. So why do we continue to treat ourselves this way? And why do we think that this is recovery? It's not. If we don't like something about ourselves, our attitudes, it's okay because we're human. We're not perfect. We put those same steps in motion to make corrections to get better, whether it's in your appearance or your attitude or where you work, whatever. We can still make those adjustments. But to sit in it and completely call ourselves all kind of names and think, we're not worthy is ridiculous in recovery. And it is hard for us to move and navigate and be that model for recovery when we are constantly accepting this unacceptable behavior within ourselves. So let us know what you think about that. Christy, what are your thoughts?
Thank you, Lisa. My thoughts, the thing that stuck out to me the most in that reading is abuse, right? Because for me, abuse isn't just physical, it's also mental and emotional and spiritual abuse for myself and berating myself and talking down to myself. And I can so relate to when you said that even though I have no proof, I'm still going to immediately blame myself. And I do that quite often still today. The last 2 years have been definitely a road to a healing journey and a wellness journey for me on another level that I ever thought possible. And so hearing this is like such a reminder for me when it comes to myself and to family,
Mhm.
and realizing that and realizing what's acceptable for me and what's not acceptable for me, and not blurring those lines. And I find that when I blur those lines, that's when the negative self talk starts to happen. And that's when, oh, well, I could have done this differently. I should have done this differently. God, I'm so dumb. Why did I do that? Like,
Mm.
and it's so empowering to be aware of my self-talk and to be able to take the opportunity every day, again, just for today, and change that. So when I say something that's negative towards myself, I say 3 positive things after it.
Mm.
So if I do something, say I trip, right? Because I'm accident prone. So it's bound to happen. So I trip and I'll be like, God, that was so stupid, Christy. And then I'll stand up and I'll say, no, that was not stupid. That was not stupid. My feet are beautiful.
Mm.
My walk is beautiful. I can happily step up the step and it is okay. So whatever that negative self-talk that I had immediately, I replace that with 3 positive self-talks, and even if it doesn't have anything to do with the what just happened and the negative self-talk, if it's just like, well, the sky is beautiful today and the sun is shining and I'm alive. So those are the things that I am grateful for, and that starts to retrain the neurons within my brain, right? And it starts to retrain um, my spiritual path and my spirituality. And I found that diving in my recovery and the spiritual aspect of my recovery has been such a huge, huge thing for me and so beneficial, to where today I can look in the mirror and say that I am beautiful, and after a car accident that um, I almost died, I was able to, over time, look in the mirror and all the scars that I have from that, and I'm able to look at those instead of being like, oh God, I have this scar now. Like this is the traumatic event that happened. Oh no, oh no. I can look at that scar and I can say that scar is beautiful today, and what saved me, what caused that scar, saved my life. And those are beautiful things, and those are positive things, rather than continuing to berate and down myself, which is just a gift. It's a gift in itself, and it's something that, like, I'm so grateful for. And it looks like Stephanie has said, I've really improved over the years when it comes to self-talk. I have worked to train hard to lift myself up versus tear myself down. Still, it is very difficult to accept that I could do or be anything good. Imposter syndrome is one
Mm.
of the lingering side effects of the trauma I have experienced. You're welcome, Stephanie. You're so welcome. I can I can relate to all of that, and just the disassociation from trauma and feeling so disassociated from my own body, and being able to come back to myself with that positive self-talk and with what's acceptable in my life for me, and to be able to learn to love myself again as a whole with who I am, and be able to give that love and set those boundaries when things aren't acceptable on the external, right, part of life, whether that be with friends or family or coworkers or so forth, and so forth. So this is just an amazing topic, and I'm here to tell you that today I am working on this topic. Today I am sitting here, and the conversation we had before we came online, like, I am sitting here going, okay, well, this isn't acceptable in my life anymore, and this is something that I need to do to change it. And removing, like we talk about in recovery, right? Like, letting go of that ego and that pride. Like, I don't want to do this. Well, do I want my life to change for the better? Do I want to continue to grow in spirituality for the better? Then, yeah, I'm going to face this change head on, and walk through it. But I have all of you guys to walk through it with me, and that's what's amazing, again. And it's just for today. So I don't know. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I have a lot of gratitude. And to be honest, 20 minutes ago, I can't say that I had much gratitude. So, but I got it now. And reading all of, everybody on here and listening to what's been difficult for you guys and how you guys have, tore that negative self-talk down and building yourselves up. That gives hope. It gives hope to me. It gives hope to everyone out there. And that's just absolutely amazing. And I'm just grateful. So Lisa, thank you. Thank you for opening this up and for this topic. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is. I love that. I love the chat that's going on with Stephanie about the imposter syndrome.
Yes.
I love the gratitude, right? And so that you even shared, and so my brain is just going all over the place. As
Same.
yeah, as I sit here and look at the chats, read the chats, and then listen to you at the same time. Um, yeah, that the gratitude in the midst of when we find ourselves this way, and you were even sharing before we went on live that I just don't even know if I'm feeling this morning, and I even told you, that I'm so grateful for Just for Today and what it's meant in my life for all these years that I have felt the same way. And then I go live and people come on and share. And as allow my spirit to share, the next thing I know, all that gloom and doom and negative self talk goes out the window. And it ends up being one of the best moments on Just for Today for myself when I felt like it wasn't going to be. Like I'd rather just go back to bed, right? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is. And that shift completely happened for me,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
amazing because you
Yeah.
guys are awesome. You're awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome, and that's why I love Just for Today. I love all the I call them the recovery champions. So many of them that I've known for years that come
I love
on
it.
and share. It's beautiful and always comes in the right time. And whether people are watching live, come on later. The message is strong. People can still chat later after it's already recorded, and that's what I love. And people can go in and see those things even months from now. And so our videos are, I don't think we ever take them off, so you can
Right.
go way back. And I love that. I love that. And I do sometimes. I do that just to see how far I've come, to see how other coworkers that facilitate how far they've come. Because I remember when we first started doing these, we were all frightened, didn't think we were capable or enough. But
Mhm.
we deserved our love. We deserved to grow. We deserved it. And we did. And it's a beautiful thing. Stephanie says it's been a full year now that I have been showing up.
Aw,
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
thank you
Stephanie.
for being here.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize it'd been that long, Stephanie. Yep. Yep, it has. Um, One of the things that you said, Christy, about gratitude and about just that example of tripping, and you go, God, I'm so stupid. I'm so this. All of us have done that. Like, I hope nobody saw me do that. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, like, wait, is anybody around?
I know we have that all the time. I do all the time. But
Yeah.
even if it's not a tripping, it's just a thought you had or something that you found yourself uh, in fear of, right? That you're not enough and you start beating yourself up. I wish I hadn't gotten involved in that at work. I'm not enough. People are going to do this. People are going to say this. I don't feel like I'm as seasoned enough. Or I feel, well, for me, I feel like I'm old now. I'm not relevant anymore. Maybe I need to step aside. I mean, all those things that happen to us in our own recovery. But that is definitely not examples of loving ourselves. But what I love what you said is when we have those moments to come back and say a couple of things that are positive, just training ourselves. Does it come natural? I don't think so. I think it's an intentional act that we add to our recovery walk today. So I want to challenge everybody just for today. It's great to say I deserve my love too, but what are you doing about it? How do you show yourself that love? And Christy gave us a great example. So even if it's just for today, whatever you find yourself doing today, involved in today, if you start having those negative self thoughts, negative self talks to yourself, stop for that moment and give yourself one, two, or three positive affirmations. Whether it is like she said, my feet are beautiful, you know, And I have to do that sometimes with myself. I may go, God, look at all these wrinkles, but I have a great smile. And I know where these wrinkles came from. A lot of good times, rock and roll out in the sun. Yeah. And I also go back in my memory about different things that I still struggle with about my body, about my looks, about my inside soul. And being able to give myself some credit and being able to give myself some encouragement around that. And would I go back and change some things, right? Some things, absolutely, but some things, not so much. These lines on my face are lots of smiling, are lots of fun in the sun, not just a bunch of girls laying out in the sun, but these came from fishing with my grandfather from a little girl on. And that was back in the day before we knew about sunscreen. And I go, you know what? I wouldn't trade those days
Yeah.
for having a smoother face. Those days I had with sunshine in my face, laying in the river, laying in on the beaches, laying in my backyard with my best friends. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I really wouldn't. So when I look at myself and I go, gosh, oh, my belly, that great meal that I shared with my loved ones, those are the things. Yeah, I can always do better. I can always lose weight, but I can never go back and repeat that moment with my mom or my best friend or whoever that is. So, really trying to realize that we can do better, but we also need to congratulate ourselves. We need to be grateful for those things that maybe brought on the lines on our faces, maybe put on a little extra weight during Thanksgiving and Christmas or whatever that should be. But being able to come back and give ourselves some pats on the back or to reverse that statement in some way, some affirmations that say we do care about ourselves for sure. What you think, Christy?
I love it. And I agree with all of it. All of it. It truly is, and it does boil down to just like, reaffirming that I do deserve love and that I deserve health and I deserve all of these good things. And just reminding myself of that every day, going back to the fall, going back to, you know, whatever it may be, like just reminding myself that I am deserving of that love and that I can't pour from an empty cup, right? So like if
Mhm.
I'm not filling up my cup and I'm not loving myself, how am I able to love other people? How am I able to share my lived experience and give hope, share hope? That's what it's about, right? Like if I'm not taking care of me and loving me, how can I extend that hope and that love to others?
Right.
And it's so important that today I take that time, whatever it be, whether it be the positive affirmations or whether it be meditation or walking meditation or whatever, to take time for me so that I'm able to fill up my cup, so that I'm able to give back
Yeah.
to everyone else and bring that hope and be that walking example in recovery and in our wellness journeys of hope and love, because I know for me in the beginning, I needed that. I needed both. I
Yeah.
needed love and I needed to see hope. So
Yes.
that's
We
my
did, didn't we? We
intake.
really did. Yeah, we really needed to see that. So, just for today, we can give this all our lip service, but what are we doing about it? What are we doing about it? How could we gave many examples of some things that you could do today, even if it's just for today, of how to give yourself some love, um, how to treat yourself like you would your best friend, because we really are our own best friends. But we wouldn't treat our best friends like we treat ourselves. So just for today, let's put some action to this statement this morning about I deserve my love too. And even if it's just a couple of times a day, try it. And the more we do it, the more it becomes part of our recovery walk. It's not like just think about it one time and it's there. No, it has to become a great habit. We
Right.
got a lot of bad habits, right? We instantly go to that, you
True.
stupid girl. That comes natural, but that is years and years and years of treating ourselves like crap. So it is going to take some time to put on some new recovery habits. And why not start today? Why not? Um, yep, why not? Let's just go ahead and start today and show yourself that you mean that you deserve love too. Don't let it just be lip service today. Don't just say it to other people. Do it yourself in the quiet of your own home, on the job, in your car, wherever you're at, that you start beating yourself up. Practice this today. Maybe you'll find that you want to practice this tomorrow and the next day. That's our hope, is that you'll find something in this that serves you well in your own recovery, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, Christy, any final words before we wrap up this morning?
Thank you all for coming on again and being with us today. And thank you for sharing your lived experience with us and your knowledge and teaching us. Thank you for giving us that opportunity. And I'm just so grateful for every single one of you. And Todd, yeah, he said if I trip, I do look around to see if anyone was looking. That's fair. I mean, it's fair. We all do, right?
Absolutely.
The final words I have to say today is just remember that when you have that negative self talk, give yourself some love in its place, because we're all human, right? And we all make mistakes. We all say things. We all do things. It doesn't make us who we are. It just means that we're on the path of learning and growth and diving into what our spirituality is in our recovery journey and our wellness journey. So I send you all with love and compassion, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Take care, Todd. Well,
Thank
guys, if you feel led to, share this on your social media. Somebody might need to hear this word or see your words this morning. Um, and we will be back Wednesday at 9 o'clock with another version of Just for Today. So, guys, you take care. Love yourselves today. You do deserve it. Even if you just find yourself doing it one time
you.
today, love on yourself and start making this part of your recovery journey, and just see what happens. Love yourself so you can love others the way you want to. But anyway, guys, you have a great, beautiful, dreary Monday morning, and enjoy the warm weather. Hopefully this afternoon you can get out and get in the sun a little bit, feel the warmth of the sunshine, because those days are fast fleeting. So get out and enjoy the what you can today. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next Wednesday for Just for Today at 9 o'clock. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye.